Hey folks, why haven't you subscribed yet? Tell them, Lily. Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be showing you my collection of dinosaur egg fragments. I showed in a previous video the snake egg from the Eocene. What I'm going to show you now is quite a bit. This is different. The snake egg was after the fall of the dinosaurs. These are dinosaur eggshells or egg fragments. I have 4 that I'll show. And I'm going to start with them in chronological order, kind of, not 100%. So the first one I will show you is from the Jurassic period. So if you don't know, the Jurassic period is the middle period in the dinosaurs. From oldest to youngest, it goes Triassic, Jurassic, and then Cretaceous. Cretaceous is where T-Rex, Triceratops, the hadrosaurs or the duckbills, those kind of things lived. The Jurassic had Allosaurus, Diplodocus, what used to be called Brontosaurus, or what is now called Apatosaurus. Technically, there was some issues with the names. There've been some reworking, and Apatosaurus may have been brought back. So, the Morris Formation is where there's a lot of Jurassic Age dinosaurs. If you want to see Jurassic Age dinosaurs in person, you can of course go to the museums, but there is the Dinosaur National Monument out in Utah, which is actually where, so this one is actually not from Utah. The egg is from Colorado. It's from a Colorado nesting site. The Morris Formation is on both Utah and crosses over into Colorado. This is the egg shell fragment. Now if you see, it is patterned on both sides. It's pebbled. It is very thick for an eggshell, a lot thicker than even ostrich eggs today. Most likely with the size and the thickness, there's a pretty good chance this was a sauropod eggshell, just from the sheer size. So that would have let things that you were familiar with in Jurassic Park, the Brachiosaurus, lived in the formation. There's also Camarasaurus, Apatosaurus, and Diplodocus. I don't know the species. The other ones I know the species. This one, it's not been identified. The next shell, though this one may be out of chronological order with the other ones, it has been fragmented. I'm going to show you both pieces. So this is another sauropod shell. And I'll show you this one, get a little better look. Now this one is not as thick. This one does have some mineralization on the back, which is common. Now this one is from the Cretaceous period. This one's also from South America. And this is a Saltosaurus eggshell. Now, Saltosaurus is a species of sauropod that lived in South America. They're found largely in South America. Saltosaurus was a group of titanosaurs, or titanosaurid sauropods. This group, besides being from the Cretaceous, which is in America by the time these things were in South America and North America, the sauropods had predominantly died off and were replaced by things like the ceratopsian dinosaurs and the hadrosaurs. In South America, it was a little different. And you have the saltosaurs that were large herds of saltosaurs or titanosaurs that roamed South America, including the largest dinosaur who ever lived, which was Argentinosaurus, and it reached lengths of over 100 feet. Saltosaurus was not that big. They were a smaller species of sauropod. But in their family, you had Argentinosaurus, which was huge, like the largest animal to ever walk the earth. The only thing that's ever come close to reaching the same size, the only thing that's exceeded its size, is the blue whale in weight, and that is because the blue whale is not restricted to land. So the blue whale is in water, the buoyancy of water allows things to grow, gives the things a possibility to grow bigger without the restrictions that gravity imparts in things like land-dwelling creatures. This is from Patagonia in Argentina. They are quite impressive sauropods. Even the North American sauropods in the Jurassic period were huge. Diplodocus, over 90 feet. Brachiosaurus could look into a 5-story building. The difference, and I'll show a comparison here. As you see, the Diplodocus and then the Brachiosaurus, they are the Diplodocus is long and does not have the height. The tail works as a counterbalance and so on. I'll go into the sauropods more. The Brachiosaurus is more tall, and this is the animal you see on Jurassic Park. The other animal, or one of the other shells I'm showing, is Oviraptor. Now this is again a Cretaceous egg. I'm not for sure on the age of this one. Oviraptors were made famous by Roy Chapman Andrews, who discovered them in Mongolia in his trip there in the early 1900s. Andrews was searching for evidence of humans and ended up finding dinosaurs, or at least that's, if I remember what I read correctly. That's what. Anyway, he found oviraptors, which he said were the name ova means egg, raptor means thief, egg thief. He named them that because he had found an oviraptor on a nest of eggs like this. He assumed that dinosaur was stealing the eggs, so he named it Oviraptor. It wasn't until later, much later, that we realized that it was not stealing the eggs, that it was actually protecting the eggs or brooding the eggs. In the 90s or early 2000s, I cannot quite remember when, there was a amazing discovery of a oviraptor brooding a nest. This oviraptor was found on a clutch of eggs, the same eggs that Roy Chapman Andrews had assumed were Protoceratops eggs, but they were actually oviraptors, and it was brooding the nest like a bird, because we know now that that these are relatives of birds. So, if I can find a picture, I'll put it here of the find. It's quite amazing. The last fragment I'm going to show is, it is actually a very tiny fragment. You won't be able to get a whole lot of detail out of it. This one is actually from France. Okay. Now this one is later this is the youngest dinosaur egg shell that I have, and it is tiny. Okay. Now this comes from an animal called Pyroraptor olympius. Pyroraptor olympius, at least that's the best guess. Pyroraptor olympius, as unlike the oviraptor, which the oviraptor was not a dromaeosaur like the velociraptor that everyone knows, Pyroraptor was. It was a European species of dromaeosaur, and so this was these were smaller, like most dromaeosaurs were, very bird-like, and quite amazing creatures. So this is my small collection of dinosaur eggs. I have several more of the oviraptor. I've got there's three of these, and I've got, there's, as you can see, 3 different eggshells, and in each of these each of these containers I have 3 of each. So this is my collection of dinosaur eggs. It's not that expensive, but it is mine, and I rather enjoy it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, thumbs it up. Share it to your friends if they like dinosaurs, and I hope you all have a great day. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and talk to you all later.